Hello everyone, my name is Christy. I am the Twisted Elemental. I'm coming to you today to do a summer solstice reading. So it's this on the summer solstice, it's the longest day of the year. We have the most sunshine, most hours of sunshine. So things, it's about illumination, and we're going into the summer months where things are, warm and bloom and all that. So what we're going to ask today is we're going to ask what's being illuminated within you. What is about to bloom in you, or what's starting to bloom right now in your life, what you're being asked to leave behind in the dark, and the sun's message directly towards you. So I've shuffled all of these. We're going to cut them and deal them out, and we will get started. Let's do this. Calling in spirit and all my sacred guides to help me discern true and accurate messages for whoever needs to hear them today. I'd like messages of the purest, highest white light of truth and for the greater good of all. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay. Right. Everything situated here. All right. So, what is being illuminated within? Ooh, do all things in moderation. Wow. Being asked to balance things out within your life here. This is about not giving too much without receiving, where your efforts are going and how that leaves you feeling. Interesting. Grounded. It's number 22. It's a master builder number. But it's definitely grounding, coming back within ourselves, putting your feet in the dirt, feeling, safe and secure within. Aw, love. It's number 37, partnerships, unconditional love, and rejuvenation. Wow. This is beautiful. Unconditional love is being illuminated within you. Create, hermetic. Wow. Your creativity is being illuminated within you. You can see how great it is. Oh, I like this. This is number 20, healing energy. Your healing energy is being illuminated within you. This is beautiful. I like this two together, the hermetic with the healing energy. I mean, this creative energy is to create with anything, but we do have the hermetic here, who is a healer, right? This is beautiful. Let's get some more information here. Like this, do all things with moderation. This is really like what's being illuminated, is where your energy should go and towards what things. Like not giving all your energy out to external factors and saving none for yourself, which would leave you very ungrounded. All right. What is the viewer learning right now? What's being illuminated about this moderation? Judgment and the Five of Cups with the Nine of Swords. This is talking about, the Nine of Swords is a very anxiety filled energy. This is like sleepless nights, replaying conversations over and over in your head. I mean, this person here, you can see they feel like the swords are coming down on them right now, and this person is going through it, using discernment over matters of the heart here. All things in moderation. What's being illuminated is you being able to use your discernment when things that are emotionally not giving to you not to give to it. Right? So what's illuminated here is your discernment to understand where to give your efforts, where to do things in moderation, and where to go full bore. You're now able to use your discernment. This is illuminated for you. This is beautiful energy. Many people don't have this. Many people will see something that's not working, so they just throw more of themselves into it, right? Well, if you're just throwing all of yourself into something and it's still not working, that's when you need to use your good discernment here and understand, wow, maybe this situation, no matter how much I throw into it of me, it's never going to work. Maybe my efforts would be better used someplace else. I think this is how you used to sit in this Nine of Swords energy, that anxiety over things that weren't working in your life, situations that were not the best, maybe. And, you know, this is very common. I do this. It's not working. Well, I'll put all my energy in it to fix it. And I would stress about it the whole time, right? And because the more you put in, the more it just sucks up and it's still not working. You've learned. This is beautiful. All right. What about this grounded energy? How is this being illuminated to the viewer right now? Wow, this is in somewhere in your home environment. This may be someplace you've been for a long time. Maybe it didn't feel grounded to you before, but it is now. But this does have to do with a happy home. And this is the 2-2, the master builder number. This is like you building your own happy home. Don't get me wrong. You could literally be out there, hammering the nails yourself, building a home. But I think more of in the groundedness of the home. Like, if a home is in upheaval all the time and it's not grounded, it doesn't feel very homey. Home should be where you feel safe and secure, right? So in order for the home to feel like a home, it needs to be grounded. The seeds have been planted for this home, and it's something that you've manifested. Right? This is what's being illuminated to you right now. The seeds that you put in towards the grounding of your home life here. It's working. What else here for grounded, please? Ten of Cups. This could have to do with a marriage. This could have to do with, just bringing love into your home life, right? This could be in a family situation. This could be, with lovers, someone you've just met, or someone, this could be, you and your children. If you're, a single parent, having a grounded home here. This is beautiful. What's being illuminated for you right now are ways to ground your life, your home life, and your emotional security here. Yeah, this is something you're learning to do here with the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a student. If I'm saying this to you, like your home doesn't feel loving and grounded for you right now, that's what's being illuminated, how to make that happen, right? Same with the do things in moderation. If you feel like you're not moderate right now, this is what's being illuminated for you. This Judgment, this is awakening card also. This means communication, from spirit, the awakening to how to do some of these things if it's felt out of your reach previously. All right, what about this unconditional love and partnership? This is also, if you're not feeling like you're in situations where there's unconditional love, or you maybe don't understand what unconditional love is, this is something that's going to be illuminated for you here. How is this unconditional love being illuminated? Through a transformation, the end of something, so something new better can begin. The Knight of Pentacles here, this is a slow transformation. There's a partnership that could be transforming or even rejuvenating here. There's something, this could even be love of self here, but it does say partnerships. It is a 10. It's the close of a cycle, right? The end of something, so something new, better, and like a next level can take place. This is something you've been slowly walking towards, right? The Knight of Pentacles is very slow energy, but the Knight of Pentacles is learning his lessons and stacking his coins along the way. That's why he's so slow. What else here? How is this unconditional love being illuminated? Ace of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. So the Ace of Swords, we're talking about illumination here, right? The Ace of Swords is a very illuminating card. It is the illumination of truth, right? It's like having the epiphany moment or somebody speaking the truth. This is how I asked how you're going to know, or how is unconditional love being illuminated to you? It's being illuminated through a transformation that's going to bring victory, but it's a transformation that brings truth and things that are equally given and received. The Nine of Pentacles is independence here. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. I just had for this, to only take this if it resonates. But so we're asking how unconditional love is being illuminated for you. And I want to say we have the Nine of Pentacles here, right? Possibly illumination is being given to you somehow through somebody, whether this is you or somebody else, achieving independence through some sort of transformation. Like you giving other people the space and even yourself the space to transform into something independent here. It's hard to watch other people transform, especially if they're transforming into something that's independent. Now, I think independence is a beautiful thing, and I think it's something that needs to happen to people who are going to be involved in a partnership. Both of those people need to be independent within their own lives in order to maintain semblance of self when you come together with somebody else, right? So that being said, allowing somebody the independence to transform into their own selves, or to transform into somebody who is independent, is an act of unconditional love. It's a saying, that's saying to somebody who you authentically are, and your happiness is more important than who I might need you to maintain being. Not being threatened by somebody's transformation because they might transform into something that doesn't benefit you. That is unconditional love. Like saying, I will love you no matter what comes out at the end of this transformation. That's interesting. I said, only take that if it resonates. It's an interesting... That is the truest form of unconditional love, allowing other people to be exactly who they are no matter what. And loving them through it. That is unconditional love. Okay. And it's even within ourselves. Saying, I don't know, authentically knowing you may not be the person you're meant to be. And saying, I don't necessarily know who that person at the end of this transformation is going to be, but allowing yourself to go through that anyway, knowing that whoever that person turns out to be is going to be that most authentic version of you, is the best thing for you. All right, let's move on. What does this create? What is being illuminated about about creating here? Oh, wish fulfillment, right? Creating through positive emotion, creating through love. Being emotionally available. Wish fulfillment with the King of Cups here. Are you creating your happily ever after here? I mean, this is what's being illuminated for you, and what's being illuminated is something to create, or your creative energy. Your creative energy, whatever it may be, lies within your positive emotion here. This is a lot of love. King of Cups with the Nine of Cups. So whatever it is you're creating here, whether it is a romance or whatever, a job or whatever it may be in your life, has to do with creating from a place of love. Anything else here with this create, please? There's a new moon there. That is about manifesting what you want through truth and love and balance. The new moon again. All right, this new moon really wants to come in. It keeps the new moon. This is about manifesting with love. What else to be out of here? The Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Fool. This is the Page of Pentacles is the learning card. This is about learning to manifest with love. Dropping the burdens. Learning to drop burdens here. Learning to manifest with love. Taking leaps of faith towards things that you want. So if you're manifesting love, this isn't just about putting the words out there in the universe. This is about taking actual leaps of faith towards what you love. Dropping burdens. This is so learning to drop burdens, manifest leaps of faith towards what you love, or whatever this is you're creating. Action needs to be taken towards it as well. That's part of the manifestation. Things must be said. All right, what is this healing energy that's being illuminated? Wow. We've got the Five of Wands and we've got the Three of Swords, both in reverse. So the healing, being able to heal conflicts and wounds of the heart. This is being illuminated for you right now. You have the ability within yourself to heal your broken hearts and conflicts here. Because you're able to get a new perspective on these things, right? And how to heal them. Something's being illuminated for you. You have healing energy within you. You have the ability to get new perspectives on these things and to heal them for yourself. Only you know what they are. I don't know what they are. Whatever it has that's been, that's been a conflict for you. That's conflicts that have caused broken hearts, right? You get a new perspective on it with this healing energy. You're able to heal this for yourself. That's beautiful. All right, let's move on. This is some good stuff here. I really love this. It flows nicely, like learning to pull your energy back to yourself when you need to helps get you grounded. Bringing in this, unconditional love of self and others is what you need to create with, and you're able to heal with these creations. You're able to heal broken heart. That's beautiful. All right. So, what is blooming in your life right now? Tune out distractions. Ooh, interesting. Talisman. This is like you having the key to something. Interesting. It's some sort of key to stability, and it's protected. This is a 31. It breaks down to a 4. That's divine protection and stability. All right. What's blooming in your life? Oneness, inner growth, and contemplation. The 0 card. This is like the reset. You have the key here to tune out the distractions and do this. This is beautiful. Freedom. What's blooming in your life? Freedom. Tell me that doesn't sound fantastic. New beginnings. Look at this. This is good stuff. Tune out distractions. I like that. I would like some more of that in my life. I hope this is what's blooming in my life. Tuning out distractions. I'm bad with distractions. I get distracted over all kinds of things. And I perseverate and I can't stop thinking. Kind of like that. All right. This is what's blooming right now. Tuning out distractions. How is this going about? Page of Wands. Because Spirit says you're going to tune out distractions because things that don't hold your interest, you're not going to keep going towards, right? The Page of Wands is somebody who is interested in something. They have an interest, a spark. It creates a spark in their belly, so they go towards it. If you don't have an interest, you're going to stop going towards it. Because it's a distraction. Excuse me. Right? Anything that keeps you, holds your attention in the wrong way, it's a distraction. This can be a thought process. This can be obsessions. This can be, other people, codependencies. This can be drugs. This can be alcohol. This can be porn. I mean, insert low vibe distraction here. It's time. This is what's blooming in your life. It's time to tune this shit out. What else here for tuning out distractions? I think that's it. That's it. Yeah. So, also, I can't help here. This page of wands here, you know, anything that's being led around by the nether regions, it's a distraction. It's meant to keep your eye off the prize, right? You have to tune this shit out. It's the only way. If it's not a real, genuine interest for you, it doesn't deserve your attention. And if it's something just stirs your nether regions, it's a distraction. It's not going to bring you what you're looking for. I have the King of Wands here also. So this is about passion, right? Tuning out things that only stir your passions, but don't stir anything else. If it's not stirring your mind and your heart and only your passion, maybe it's just a distraction, right? All right, what's this talisman? What's the key here? The truth. The truth is your key here. Whatever it is that's blooming in your life, the truth is what sets that bloom in full embodiment. That is the key to whatever is blooming in your life right now. The truth. Balanced truth. The truth is what brings the transformation. What else here? What's this key? Ace of Pentacles. This is a tangible, stable new beginning. So maybe the key to a new beginning, to a stable new beginning, is the truth. Bringing truth into something. Whatever that may be, because, you know, this works in all facets of your life, you know. The truth is always the best way to go. But whatever your stable new beginning is here, that's blooming in your life, the key to it is the truth. And tuning out these low vibe distractions. Oneness, inner growth, contemplation. How is this blooming in the viewer's life? One of the ways that it's blooming straight up is through having the strength. Whenever the strength card appears in a tarot spread, it means that there implies someone's having strength over the devil, right? So this oneness, inner growth, and contemplation, one way that it is blooming is by having the strength to tune out these distractions. And then the next step, using honesty towards getting your stable new beginning. That's the key. Oneness, inner growth, and contemplation. How is this blooming here? Huh. The Five of Swords in reverse, and it landed on top of the Justice, right? By the truth, stopping gaslighting yourself, right? In the upright, this is like gaslighting and lies and conflict and harsh words and fighting. So we achieve oneness, inner growth, and contemplation by, this is also the truth, right? Not continuing to lie. To who? To ourselves. This is not gaslighting ourselves. That's how we just, about our distractions and about what the truth is. Stopping gaslighting ourselves about these things. That's growth. That's inner growth. And walking away from things that do not fulfill us emotionally. Speaking our truths. Speaking our truths. The Spirit said, yes, yes, what you just said. And taking leaps of faith towards the things that, once we know our truth here, right? We've cut out the distractions. We're living in our own truth here for our stable new beginning. That's bringing us to this place of oneness. That's when you take the leap of faith, when you're standing in your truth, right? You've cut stuff out that is not emotionally fulfilling. You're not lying to yourself about it anymore. You're telling yourself the truth. Taking that leap of faith from that place of the reset. These are both 0 cards. The 0 is the Fool, right? The reset. The taking a leap of faith towards the next level. Which leads to freedom and new beginnings. That was amazed me how these get, like, it's just such a progression. It's a flow to it. It's nice. Freedom, please. Well, that was quick. Freedom is 10 Pentacles. Whatever is going on here, this is your legacy. I can't think of a better card in the tarot to represent freedom than 10 Pentacles. It's all the money. It's all the love. It's the family. It's the things that we leave behind in this world that make the world better. Our name. This is having it all. Freedom. This is what's blooming in your life right now. You're on your way to the 10 of Pentacles. This is what's blooming. By tuning the distractions out, by using this key of truth, and, whatever needs to be cut out to bring to this oneness, right? Telling ourselves the truth, not gaslighting ourselves, is the key to this freedom, this 10 Pentacles. And healing. What else for this freedom, please? We've got the wish, right? The star. So healing and wish fulfillment. This is freedom. This is like destiny. This is what you're meant for here, right? I have this 5, if you allow it. I have the 5 of Cups here on its side. This is like saying, are you going to stay focused on heartbreaks of the past? Or are you going to see the 2 cups that are still standing? The choice is yours. But by seeing making this go in reverse and seeing the 2 cups that are still standing, that's freedom. By only looking at the past, you're stuck in the past. There's no freedom to that. Yeah, that's how you move on to calmer water, is by making the choice to see the 2 cups still standing and stop looking at the 3 cups spilt. That's moving on to calmer water. What's this new beginning that's blossoming here? It's a passionate new beginning. The Ace of Wands. What's this new beginning? Gift from the universe. Jeez. All right. What's this new beginning that's blossoming? It's the Ace of Wands. It's a new beginning in creativity. A new beginning in passion. We have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, right? a new beginning in passion. It's a new beginning in truth. It's a beginning of equal give and take. The Six of Pentacles, that is about equally giving and receiving. Whatever this new beginning is, it is new and it is beautiful because it is giving. Remember, we started all this out with our very first card. All things in moderation, right? There's nothing more moderate than this card. This is about equality in every sense. All right. Well, I like this. I like this a lot. All right. So, what needs to be released here? What needs to be left behind? Ooh, address your addictions. Bear's not joking around. We ask him, what needs to be left behind? Anything that you're addicted to. Your addictions. This is people, places, things, substances. I don't care what it is. It cannot go forward in your new life. The shift needs to be left behind, right? You need to understand that you're no longer going through the process. You're on the other side. So now that you know the things you know, you need to start living in the reality of the new. So it's no longer the shift. It's the living in that shift. Part of that shift is leaving behind these things that have held you up in the past, right? All right. What else are we leaving behind here? Social invitations, creative pursuits, and joy. That's interesting. This is 22. This is a master builder number. What's needing to be released? There could have... So, if... wow, this is interesting. If there's a lot of social stuff that you're doing outside of, within your own self, maybe it's too much. Remember, all things in moderation. And the moderation makes more sense too with this address your addictions, right? So socializing, using could be one of the ways that you address this addiction problem, right? A lot of addiction problems are done in social situations with other people. If it's drinking or drugs or whatever it may be, right? So having to limit maybe some social invitations or your social surroundings, the people you socialize with. If you're leaving this behind, you can't have a bunch of people in your life that are still here, right? That doesn't make sense for you. I want to say things that suck your joy away from you or what you're leaving behind. Possibly these creative pursuits are possibly things that just keep not working out, right? If you had a business idea and you keep putting all your effort into it and it just seems like it's just not taking off, well, maybe it wasn't supposed to take off. Maybe your, that 10 Pentacles that's coming in for you, maybe that comes from another pursuit. So anything in your life that's not, that you've been striving for or going after or putting your effort in and it's just not panning out, it's time to let it go. Ooh, ego death. That's part of this shift, right? Is the ego death? Time to leave that behind. It's a tough one. This will, addressing the addictions here is going to help with that. A lot of the reasons we seek the addictions is because of our ego, right? Our ego's trying to prevent us from healing. It's trying to protect us from pain, right? So one of the ways that we seek to numb pain is through drugs and alcohol or other toxic behaviors that we have. This can even be like shopping online or, clicking, online in general can be an addiction. But typically we do those things because they give us hits on our norepinephrine or serotonin or whatever it is. and makes us feel good instantaneously for, a few seconds. That's why we have to keep doing it, because we keep needing the hit. That's all addiction, but it's part of our ego mind as a toxic coping mechanism against having to feel pain. And we get this from literally like getting likes online helps our egos to not feel pain, right? It can be as simple as that. This is that one. Grounding. That's interesting. You're leaving grounding behind, but we're also, where was the grounding here? It was right in this first one. The grounding was what is being illuminated in you. Oh, maybe what's being illuminated is how grounded you've become. And what you're leaving behind is constantly striving towards it because you've achieved it, right? This is 36. It's a 9. It's the end of a cycle. So the Spirit's not asking you to become ungrounded. Definitely not. But leaving, constantly striving towards being grounded, you've achieved it. Now it's a maintenance thing. Interesting. We'll clarify. All right. What needs to be addressed here with these addictions to be left behind? Ooh, 10 Pentacles. Could be something in the home that's causing a problem with addictions. And the 2 of Cups. Oh, interesting. You're addicted to love, viewer? Are you addicted to a family situation? The 2 of Cups is about 2 people loving each other equally. It's about an equal partnership. A soulmate twin flame partnership. How you love this person is how they love you. And then the 10 of Pentacles, like I said, is your legacy. This can also talk about a home situation. Like the 10 of Pentacles is about having it all, but it's about family and home. Not just the money. This could be an addiction to money, but we've got the 2 of Cups here. What is this? This is needing to move on to calmer water in a 10 of Pentacles situation. Viewer, I don't know. You know what's going on in your life. If you have a stressful family situation going on, there's something addicting in that situation. There's some addiction that's affecting that situation or that is caused by that situation. And it needs to be left behind. Then I have the 10 of Cups here. This is something to do with a family situation. Address your addictions. Either that or if you don't address your addictions, it's going to affect a family situation here. You're going to have to move away from a family situation if your addictions aren't addressed. Or there's something about the family situation that's causing a problem for your addictions that you need to move away from. Viewer, you know your situation best. Please put that where it resonates and towards whatever situation for you. All right, what about this shift needs to be left behind? Judgment, High Priestess, 6 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. This is like using your intuition to manifest, like having the insight, right? This is with truth. This is insight, divine epiphany, right? Using your intuition and to manifest. This is also a divine couple here with the High Priestess and the Magician. Bringing balance to some situation here that you've been manifesting with truth. A lot about equal give and take here for you, viewer. The shift. So a shift has occurred. A shift has occurred. There was an epiphany. Somebody used their intuition here. They're manifesting some sort of giving and receiving here. So you have to leave behind the shift. So I want to say this is about trusting in your manifestation while the shift takes place, because you have to leave behind the old view. Whatever you're manifesting here, because of intuition and epiphany and truth, that's equal, you have to be in the energy of knowing that it's going to happen. So instead of being in the, I hope it's going to happen, and still feeling the shift, you have to live like the shift has already happened and be in the energy that it already exists. You have to leave the shift behind. Does that make sense? Kind of like the, even with these addictions here, about releasing the addictions, even after you're not, even if you're, say it's to a substance and you're not using that substance, you have to release the addiction still. Even just not using, for a drug addict, just not using the substance isn't addressing the addiction, right? Addressing the addiction is addressing the reason why you use, and being able to release like that seeking of the drug. Just because you're not using doesn't mean you can't be shifted right back into that seeking energy should the situation be right, unless you've released it through dealing with why you used to begin with. That's releasing the shift, because you're out of that energy completely once you've released that shift. So it's not about just stopping the action. It's about changing the energy around the action. That's releasing the shift. All right. What is this social invitations, creative pursuits, and joy here that needs to be left behind? The Lovers and the Fool. This is a choice in love. If you've made previous poor choices in love, Spirit's asking you to leave that behind and take leaps of faith towards new choices in love that will be better. It's not going to be the same because the shifts happened, right? Whatever this thing was, when you leave the shift behind, you change the energy around that thing, you make better choices. So old previous choices that you've made that didn't pan out so well, it's okay. You need to leave that behind. Because it's time to take a new leap of faith towards something you've never experienced before. That's why it's a leap of faith. You don't know what it's going to be like, but Spirit's telling you it's better than what you had. It's a up-leveled experience you've never had before. What else is this, please? like gaslighting here. Or like being willing to do anything for victory. I do want to say this is like gaslighting and poor decision making. It has to do with the past. Whatever this is, whatever, if you can say, yeah, I made some poor decisions with the heart, then I'm paying for it, then you know what I'm talking about. This is what Spirit's asking you to leave behind. When you're in a different energy, if you're not in this addictions energy or whatever that is, and you've shifted the energy, you make better choices. Whatever this Five of Swords energy is, there's victory over it with this Six of Wands here. By being willing to take leaps of faith towards making new and better decisions. What's this ego death? What needs to be left behind after this ego death? Ah, the past. Your past love life. I have the Six of Stars. So the Six of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is walking away from anything that is emotionally not fulfilling. This is fondness for the past. This is walking away from your unfulfilling past here. Is what needs to be left behind from this ego death. What's being left behind in this grounding? The time? I want to say the seeds that it took to get grounded, the time involved with the grounding, leave that behind. Because what did I say when I first saw this? Like, you're not leaving behind grounding yourself anymore. It's that you've achieved the grounding here already. So you don't need to keep striving towards doing it. You don't need to keep putting in the same time and effort. The Seven of Pentacles can also be a card of like assessing things, like how much effort you put in as opposed to what you get out of a situation. You don't need to do that anymore with the grounding. Like it's more naturally enveloped in you now. So you've achieved it. Now it's about maintenance. So it doesn't require as much of your effort and time here. Anything else here with this grounding? And we're back to the Four of Wands. That is the card that came out here with this card. Your grounded home. Maybe this is about releasing a home you're in now. Maybe it's time. Maybe that's what it's saying. It's time to release a home you're in now that you feel grounded in. Maybe it's not really grounding. Maybe it was grounding for what you needed for the past energy before the shift happened. But now that the shift has happened, you need a different home to make you be grounded. I take that if it resonates. I don't know. But we're right back where we started with this, with the grounding and the Four of Wands. And there's a balance needed. You'll know. If it's time to not be where you're living, you're going to feel that. I feel that. Like, it is time for me to have a new home. What is this about? What's this Four of Wands? Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is like the queen of home, right? This is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. This is about being grounded and stable. She's the most grounded and stable of all the queens. She's the most mature. She's the one that you would entrust to keep a happy home, right? Or to create, in fact, a happy home. I want to say that home is where you feel the most safe and grounded. So wherever that is, if you do not feel grounded and safe and stable in the home you're in, even if it's just a sensation, like there's nothing wrong with it, but the energy seems off, you know, trust your intuition. This queen creates a home wherever she chooses, right? Doesn't have to be a particular place, but I'd say where this queen chooses to call home, she creates as a home. Maybe that's what Spirit's calling for you to do here. Like leaving back, like I can only be grounded if I'm in this one particular home, in this one particular situation. Spirit's asking you to leave that idea behind, because that's like a form of gaslighting too here, right? That is gaslighting yourself, because that's just not true. In this Queen of Pentacles energy, I would say even people who love this queen would say home is where she is. So where she's decided this home is, and where she's created this home is where home is. All right, let's move on. Home is not a place where you feel this constantly, right? All right, last pile. What does the sun's message for us? I so love this. The sun's message, love yourself. Well, that's pretty point blank, right? The sun's message, you have some shadow work you need to do. Shadow here, number 43, that is the message straight from divine. Here we got grounding, steady progress, and solidity. 5, another card about grounding. So spirits, what your spirit's telling you here is that you are on solid ground here with your grounding. You are making the steady progress. That is we started with grounding, and then we were asked to leave behind in grounding. You are grounded. You're making steady progress towards this. Don't doubt it for a second. Offering. Ooh. This is Santa Muerte. So it's like the death card. It's an offering. Someone's heart's being weighed. So we have... What is it? So that's like Anubis. So it's Anubis who you have to meet when you go into the underworld, right? And they weigh your heart. And if it's not as light as a feather, you're not allowed entry. So you have your burdens have to be released before you can go into the underworld, before you die. If you die with a heavy heart, so to speak, right? We'll clarify that. That's interesting. Then we have duality. Ooh. Duality is like your yin yang. It's the divine feminine and masculine within you. Your light and your dark. But it's also your spirituality versus your 3D life. Interesting. Let's clarify. I love this. I want you to know, first and foremost, love yourself. All right. How can the viewer show themselves some more love here, Spirit? You have the Emperor, the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and Justice. So we asked, how can the viewer show themselves more self-love? By being in the Emperor energy, which means being in charge of your life, running your own life. The Emperor can be a father figure. The Emperor can be a boss figure. The Emperor is typically in charge of other people, but in a compassionate way. In the upright, the Emperor needs to be first and foremost in charge of their own life. But they also, to be a good Emperor, they need to be emotionally available. We have the Queen of Cups here. This is about having an open heart. The Queen of Cups holds so much love. She's beautiful and compassionate and loving and generous with that love, right? So an Emperor with the Queen of Cups here is about loving yourself, taking charge of your life, and being emotionally available with yourself. Only going towards things that drive you passionately and creatively. Taking this drive of the Emperor and the compassion and love of the Queen of Cups and the passion here of the Ace of Wands and the creativity in the Ace of Wands, and then blending it all together to be balanced and truthful is how you show yourself self-love. That's beautiful. All right, shadow. Spirit wants you doing some more shadow work, whoever you are. If you are unfamiliar with the concept of shadow work, you can Google it, but I'm going to tell you a little bit here. Our traumas are kind of like onions. They have layers to them, just like our personalities do. And when you experience trauma when you're younger, that it will seep into every aspect of your life and cause conflict until you can heal the trauma within. So being able to allow yourself to have memories and thoughts about the traumas you've had is the first step to doing shadow work. Because if you can't think about the thoughts of the trauma, then you can't heal it. It's that's where the ego death comes in. Our ego wants to prevent us from feeling emotional trauma. So when a thought of the trauma comes up, our ego will push it away, saying, no, we don't want to deal with that, because the ego already knows it's painful. The problem being is that if you don't have the thought or follow the thought to see where it's taking you, you can't heal the trauma. So allowing yourself to have that first thought is the biggest thing. And then following it and see where it leads you. It will show you something from your adult perspective that you may not have seen before. It might show you the lie of that you've been working off of for most of your adult life. Once you spot that, you're able to heal it. Spirit's saying you definitely have some more stuff here you need to do or to look at. What's the shadow work about, please? Judgment, King of Swords, the Devil, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Swords. This is around the Knight of Pentacles. This might have been a long process coming here, but this has to do with whatever those addictions were back over there. This is about bringing a lot of truth to that. You're with the Judgment card here. You're being illuminated. This is being illuminated for you, right? Whatever this is that needs shadow work is being illuminated for you with the Judgment card. Whatever those addictions were, the cause behind those addictions, the reason why you have those toxic coping mechanisms is what we're talking about here. Not necessarily the addictions themselves. That's a matter of you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. But the reason behind why you do those things, that's what needs to be released here. So it is coming up. You're being enlightened to this about whatever this is. And then I've got all these swords. I've got the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the King of Swords. This is about a lot of not bullshitting yourself anymore, right? The Page of Swords is about learning to communicate in a new way. The Knight of Swords has something to say. The King of Swords is somebody who has something to say that's truthful and is also creating good boundaries for themselves, cutting things out of their life that no longer serves their highest good. This is about being really, really, really honest with yourself about what this stuff is, and possibly even being honest with some other people in your life about what this stuff is. If this has affected other people, you might need to make some amends here. Or if you have people close in your life, there's no way this couldn't have affected them. There's stuff that needs to be talked about. But the first part of all of this is the honesty within self. There's a lot of self-honesty here, not gaslighting yourself. Whatever this is, viewer, you know what it is. But Spirit's saying it is time to deal with the underlying reasons for whatever those addictions were. Grounding, steady progress. What is this? The Ace of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Empress. So we have the Emperor over here. We've got a divine match here. Grounding, steady progress, and solidity. So this is even within the masculine and the masculine and feminine energies within self. So steady progress towards this grounding has been in love and self-love, right? The Empress is very self-loving. She can't be the Empress if she doesn't love herself. The Empress and the Emperor love themselves completely, right? The Empress is about birthing new things into the world. This is divine energy, divine feminine energy to its highest degree here. That's why you're making steady progress. Like maybe you've been working on implementing your feminine and masculine energies here. We're talking about love yourself. We've got this is interesting. I'm talking about loving yourself, and we've got the Emperor, which I would think the Empress would make more sense. She's definitely, when you think of loving and you're thinking of the Emperor and Empress, you think of the Empress. And when I was grounding and stability, I would think the Emperor, he's a very grounded and stable person. So it's kind of the opposite. It's like maybe you're becoming grounded because you're adding more, you're loving yourself more and bringing that into like that firmness of the Emperor, or vice versa. Whichever way this is, there's definitely talking about a balancing of energies. And we have the duality here also, right? So we've got that Emperor energy aspect and the Empress aspect. It's like bringing those things together to even everything out. But whatever it is, there's a self-love here and a love around this situation in your life that is creating steady progress because of the love. And so it's also saying balance out the passion with the love to anything is going to bring steady progress. So balancing passion with love creates the grounding and steady progress you need. Interesting. What is this offering? I am dying to know. Spirit. This is my God card, and we're talking about making an offering. Something manifested. What is this? What is this offering with the Hierophant, please? Page of Pentacles. Learning to heal. 10 Swords. Things that are done, dead, and over. The Page of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. Someone's learning to heal using spirit. Or if you haven't, Spirit wants you to know that they're here for you to learn to heal. You're being offered this. Things that have done, dead, and over in your life in a very harsh way. Spirit's asking you to turn to Spirit for healing. It's a learning process, but you are more than capable here. Interesting. What's this duality? Working with somebody else? Putting the work in? This could be something in community. Building something. Building through duality. What's being built with duality here? It's working towards independence. This is like the student becoming the master, working towards independence, becoming independence. We got the Three of Cups here, working towards union, but there's some lie. I don't understand. Why is this duality important? What is this? Freedom? Bringing in the dark with the light. What's this duality? What are you trying to say? Compassion and illusions. It's like the dark and the light, the shadow side. I want to say that somehow using the duality here, the dark and the light, bringing the dark, there's a lot of power to be found in your darkness here. I've got feminine underneath. There's a lot of power to be found in when you bring your darkness into the light. That's a very powerful thing for someone to do. Using the duality somehow to build here in the community. Is something to do with your independence and over some lie. That one was really confusing. All right. So we're going to call this a close here. I really hope that this has helped you somehow at this solstice time for whatever's going. You have really great things coming up here and going, towards what you're going towards here, this illuminated time of year. So over the next 6 months until we hit that winter solstice, there's good stuff coming. I like it a lot. Things being illuminated and about self-love and all that good stuff. So yeah, if this was beneficial, go ahead and lost my ability to speak. Go ahead and smash that thumbs button. It really does help the channel, allows me to keep putting out this content for you. I'm sending you so much light and love. I want you to remember to stay blessed and to always, 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 always love yourself first. Thank you.